Welcome back, friend. Tonight, we unravel the haunting story of a young woman whose life ended far too soon. A case buried by fear, silence, and betrayal for nearly 3 decades. This is the tragic murder of Janet Chandler, a college student, a motel clerk, and the victim of a crime so cruel, it would take 27 years to bring the truth to light. Janet Chandler was 22 years old in January of 1979. She attended Hope College in Holland, Michigan, a small faith-based school. Those who knew her described Janet as bright, kind, and deeply creative. She loved to sing, to write, to dream. At night, she worked as a front desk clerk at the Blue Mill Inn Motel, a temporary job to help with school. But the Blue Mill Inn wasn't peaceful that winter. A nearby factory strike had brought in dozens of male security guards to town. The Blue Mill Inn became their base. These men were rowdy, intimidating, and always watching. Some guards grew too friendly with the desk clerks. Others crossed lines. The atmosphere was tense. Rumors swirled. And Janet stood out. She was charming. She made people feel seen. But her kindness may have made her a target. On January 31st, 1979, Janet vanished. Co-workers said a man had entered the motel that night. forced her to leave. Her car was untouched, her purse and coat still behind the counter. By morning, Janet Chandler was gone. Just gone. Less than a day later, her body was found, dumped in a snowbank along Interstate 196 near South Haven. Janet had been bound, gagged, sexually assaulted, and strangled. Her death was brutal, her innocence stolen and discarded like trash. The community was devastated, but no one came forward, and just like that, the case went cold. For years, no arrests were made. Detectives followed leads, but none held. Whispers of jealousy and resentment circled the Blue Mill Inn staff, but no one talked. People moved on. Janet's family grieved quietly, without answers. For years, no arrests were made. Detectives followed leads, but none held. Whispers of jealousy and resentment circled the Blue Mill Inn staff, but no one talked. People moved on. Janet's family grieved quietly, without answers. It wasn't a stranger who took Janet. It was a setup, a fake going-away party planned by her own co-workers, including Lori Swank. What seemed like a prank turned into a nightmare. Security guards were invited, booze flowed, and Janet was lured in, not knowing she was the target of a planned assault. It was a calculated, jealous revenge, and it ended in her murder. In 2007, 5 people were arrested and charged with Janet's murder. Lori Swank, once her co-worker and friend. 4 men, all security guards. They admitted to kidnapping, raping, and murdering Janet Chandler. Some claimed they didn't know she would die, but no one stopped it, and no one spoke for nearly 30 years. Lori Swank received 10 to 20 years. Others were sentenced to decades, some life. Justice finally came, but nothing could return Janet to her family. She was remembered not as a victim, but as a bright soul extinguished too soon by people she trusted. Janet's story is a reminder that evil can live in the quiet, that betrayal can come from familiar faces, and that truth, even buried for decades, always finds its way to the surface. If this story moved you, please like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Whispered Crimes for more soft-spoken storytelling. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, not every whisper is innocent.